Mistakes were made. When you're wrong, you need to man up and admit it. And I was wrong. And here's why. On my last video, I critiqued Jamie Oliver's steak. There was a lot of great information on that video. What to do, what not to do, things that I have learned over the years that I've been cooking steaks. Even though I still stand behind everything that I said on that video, one important thing I got wrong. It was not Jamie Oliver cooking the steak. Now, how do I know this? Well, thankfully, all of you let me know in the comment section. I just want to point out, this is not Jamie Oliver. It's a chef called Pete Bett. How did this go through an entire recording session and then editing process, and nobody noticed that this isn't Jamie Oliver cooking the steak? 2K, what happened? Tell me what happened.
Guys, it was on his YouTube channel. I'm sorry. Like, it won't happen again, but I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Yo, Leo, you saw the video. What do you got to say?
I heard Jamie Oliver's voice and I saw hands. I had no idea that it wasn't Jamie cooking.
That's not his voice.
Wait, what? It's not his voice?
No. Yo, Nick.
Yeah,
So what happened with Jamie Oliver video?
Like Google, I have no idea. Here at Sous Vide Everything, we don't make those mistakes. 100%, we don't make those mistakes over here.
I feel like I deserve it. But now today I'm gonna react to a video that Jamie Oliver actually cooked the steak.
Okay, lovely food tubers, now it's time to learn how to do the perfect steak ever in the whole wide world. It will change the way that you cook steak forever. No more tough steaks.
I like what he said, everybody. No more tough steak. That's right. Tough steak should belong somewhere else, not on your mouth.
The sirloin, £32 a kilo today.
Yep.
Ribeye, that's £32 a kilo as well. Fillet, that's the prize jewels, £54 a kilo. And here
That's expensive. Wow, that is quite expensive.
I have a little secret steak that I'd like to tell you is my
Secret?
favourite steak. Better
Okay.
than all of those 4 prime cuts. This, my friend, is the feather blade steak,
Ooh.
or the blade steak, or in America you call it the flat iron steak.
That is correct. We do call it the flat iron steak. Now, here's the wonderful thing about this steak right here, everybody. It has a tremendous amount of flavor. If you cook it properly and don't overcook it, it's also extremely tender. So yeah, man, I like this steak.
Look at the fat marbling here. It's absolutely delicious. If you give me the fillet, I'll throw it back to you. You give me this, yes, mother. That's what
Did he say if you give him the fillet, he will throw it back to me? Okay, I'll take it.
we're talking about. Come and have a look at this as well. £17.90 a kilo
Yeah.
for really good quality beef, right? This is the blade. So it sits about here, like that.
I gotta say, that position kind of funny, everybody. Just saying.
Moo. It's
Moo.
these hard sinews that kind of make this cut a little bit unfashionable. Once you've taken it out, you're left with the
Gotta
best
take out the
ever.
silver skin. Nice.
Any good butcher
Nice,
will do this
nice.
for you. Phone them up, say I want a feather blade or a flat iron steak, they'll do it for you.
That is true. The butcher will do it for you. If you already buy it pre-made, it costs more money, everybody. So if you want to save, just like any primal cut, if you buy a whole rib roast and you cut the ribeyes yourself, you're going to save a lot more money. Any work that you take out of the butchers and do it yourself, you're going to be saving a great amount of money, and I highly recommend.
We're going to put a little bit of oil over the steak.
Oh, but here we go. See, he did the same thing as the other guy did. He likes to put olive oil. See, there's nothing wrong with putting olive oil if you're using that as a binder, right? So that the seasoning will stick. And hopefully that's what he's doing. Let's see.
I've got a thick bottom pan on a very high heat. I'm going to rub the steak all over with the oil,
Okay.
heavy on the pepper, heavy on the salt.
Ah, yes, Jamie. Thank you. You gotta go heavy, everybody. The previous steak, which was not Jamie Oliver, he probably put half a teaspoon of salt in there, everybody. This is how you season a steak. Season it a lot. A good amount of salt is quite important. And pepper, if you like.
So we go to a pan.
Nice.
I'm going to put just a little oil in here as well.
Yes, Jamie. Thank you. You add the oil to the pan as well. You must use some oil in the pan as well. If not, there will not be enough heat transfer. Oil is a great conductor, right? It conducts the heat and it makes all this heat transfer to the meat, having a nice, beautiful crust. That's what you want. So you definitely want to use a good amount of oil.
I'm going to go in with the steak. Just going to wipe my hands.
Nice.
Also, very importantly, do not take your steak from the fridge and cook it. Take the steak out of the fridge for an hour before you use it. Cover it, let it kind of get to room temperature.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. Did you hear what he just said, everybody?
Let it kind of get to room temperature.
Let it kind of come to temperature. So if you remove the steak from the refrigerator, it will not come to room temperature, not even within an hour. It's just gonna raise a few degrees like I explained on the previous video. But I get where he's coming from. If the refrigerator is extremely cold, like 30 degrees, the steak will be actually kind of firm. There's nothing wrong cooking it immediately that way though, but it's more manageable for restaurants if you take a little bit earlier before and you cook it, the steak tempered, not room temperature.
The flat iron steak really benefits from being cooked medium rare.
Thank you, Jamie. Did he say medium rare? The other guy said to cook your steaks medium, everybody. Don't cook your steak mediums.
Turn it once a minute, every minute. You want even cooking from both sides.
Yes.
So being equal with both sides
Yes.
keeps the moisture in the middle, which means when you rest it, it then comes back out again and gives you a beautiful, juicy steak.
That is 100% good, accurate information, everybody. That is right. I agree with Jamie 100%.
The supermarkets around the world love to sell you a portion, kind of 8 ounces. I would advise go into a butcher's and instead of getting a thin little centimetre steak, get a double steak. That will serve 2 people. That way you can create a really dark outside and it can still be medium rare in the middle.
Yes, always go for thicker steak, everybody. I cannot emphasize that enough. That's what I say on my videos all the time. Thicker is better. It gives you more wiggle room to get the perfect steak cooked right. You know what I mean? If you get a thin steak, your margin of error is so small that it's easy to mess up.
When you turn the steak and it's sizzling on top, get that butter and just put it on top, just like that.
Just rubbing a little bit of butter towards the end is fine, but you won't get the brown butter, which is that Maillard reaction of basting the steak and the caramelized butter pieces get stuck to the top of the steak, which is what I like the most.
That sweetness from the butter is really beautiful. And again, that's going to add to that beautiful caramelization.
Nice, Jamie.
And my
That
last little
looks
trick
good,
is
man.
herbs. This is thyme, you could use rosemary, you could use oregano.
See, man, he's doing everything right, man. Herbs are fantastic. I love thyme. I think rosemary is a little bit overpowering for me. It just takes over the whole steak and it changes the flavor. But thyme is great. So let's see how he uses his technique.
Go into this pan and just take that fat and just give it a ruddy good whipping.
What the hell is that?
Put in beautiful flavor.
What? I've never seen that technique before, everybody. Does that work? What do you call that? Slapping the meat with thyme? Is that what that's called? What? I have no idea. What I normally like to do is to baste it with butter, but the butter actually heats up the thyme and it bubbles up and it infuses the flavor of thyme into the butter, and then you butter baste the steak. It's amazing, but this beating the meat technique, I've never tried it, man. I mean, I try another way, but you know, never mind.
Oh, I've cooked this now for about 3 minutes on each side.
About 3 minutes from each side. Thank you, Jimmy. You see that? Like, he cooked the whole steak for 3 minutes for each side. The other guy cooked the steak for 8 minutes and then another 5 minutes series.
Let's come back to the steak over here.
Nice and,
I'll cook this medium.
Jamie, that looks good,
Okay,
man.
which is the max you want to go. This is nice. My wife would love this. I would like it.
Wait, so you cooked it medium? I thought you said medium rare.
Look
Oh,
at
there you
that.
go. Some
Feather
parts are
based
medium
steak.
rare.
It's just the bomb. Not many people know about it, so it's super.
Yo, that looks
Good quality
great,
extra
man.
virgin olive
I
oil
will
here.
eat that.
And if you shake it,
What are you doing with the olive oil?
just marbles. That, my friends, will be the perfect steak.
That's a good idea.
This
I've
was
never done that.
£17 a kilo instead of £54 a kilo for a fillet.
I'll tell you one thing. I've always used the juices of the steak that is left over on the plate itself to eat it. You can also pour that on top of rice. It's delicious. But shaking it with a little bit of olive oil, very nice. Is it
I
good?
prefer it to a fillet steak anytime. I'll be happy to never ever have it again. That is where it's at.
There you go, everybody. He's right. Again, I was wrong. My apologies to Jamie. That was a big mistake on my part. This steak was cooked nicely. This steak was cooked the way actually I would cook, except beating your meat, which I'm actually going to try. Let's not talk about that anymore. But anyway, thank you for letting me know and holding me accountable for my mistakes. Not everybody is perfect, everybody. I am not perfect in any way. And I am extremely grateful for everything that you guys let me know if I'm wrong, because I'm not perfect. I'm here to learn just like anyone else. And I just really appreciate all of your support. Thank you. Yo, Uncle Roger, why do you hate him so much, man? I will eat the crap out of that steak. Maybe give him a second chance? What does all of the nieces and nephew think? Should I give Uncle Roger a call and let him know? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.